Hey, welcome to the Metamoji, where I'm going to be reviewing Trolls Band Together. And if you haven't seen the review I made before on the other first two films, I recommend you go watch that after this video. And let's get into it. This was written by Endie, but he's sick, so, I'm voiceovering it, so, go watch Endie's videos. It won't be me, but it'll be Endie, so, yeah, he sucks. So the film opens on a scene of Brozone prepping to perform, only to go on stage and mess up, causing them to break up and leave baby Branch with Grandma. You know what this feels like? One Direction. With Floyd giving Branch his jacket. We then fade into the current day, where they yet again made Branch to be in his depressing grey colour scheme rather than his happy colour scheme from the end of Trolls 1. How epic! A throwaway marriage joke later, we have a musical number that gets us introduced into the wedding. And while we do see James Corden troll, unfortunately, Corden was not brought back. No, not my favourite! Which means he doesn't have any speaking lines. Anyway, the wedding is stopped by John, who says hello to Branch and tells him that Floyd has been taken by stars Velvet and Veneer at Mount Ragus. I don't know. I'm not even going to try. Where he's being contained in a diamond bottle that can only be shattered with the perfect family harmony. That sounds like some bullshit. And then the wedding concludes, and they leave to find their other brothers. This is when we then get a more proper introduction to Velvet and Veneer, and a song from Floyd. They go to a vacay island where Spruce is, who is not only a father now, but also goes by Bruce now. And after filling him in on the situation, they practice to make sure that they can do the perfect family harmony, which leads into a pretty good musical number. We cut to a scene with Velvet and Veneer where Velvet uses the pom-pom to make a device to suck the talent out of the trolls whilst on stage. We also get a clip that you've probably seen on Twitter once or twice by now. We cut back to the group on the bus, where after they press the hustle button, we get a cool 2D animated sequence, and then a scene where they meet the hustle button. I'm sorry, I'm stuck on the hustle button. The hustle button? The fucking hustle button? This sounds like ChatGPT wrote a troll script. That's what this sounds like. Where they press the hustle button, we get a cool 2D animated sequence, and then a scene where we meet Viva and Clay, where we then learn that Viva and Poppy are related. How crazy and totally unpredictable. And then we get to a musical number, backstory, and a conflict scene where they escape. It's actually pretty good. And a scene with Veneer and Floyd where Floyd says that Veneer deserves to be treated better. We cut to the main crew, who after a small musical sequence start arguing again, where at the end they state after saving Floyd they'll all be heading their separate ways again, which makes Branch angry and has him walk out on them. Justifiably, might I add. And then, after another actual pretty good scene with Branch and Poppy, they continue their journey to Mount Ragus to save Floyd. Also worth noting that earlier in the film we had a scene with Gristle and Bridget on their way to the honeymoon trip, which is worth noting now because they're headed towards where Viva is because they want some fries. Plot convenience. And they promptly get captured because there are Bergens. How sad. We come back to Branch, Poppy and Tiny Diamond, who break in and find Floyd, who is the only one of Branch's brothers to not treat him like he's still a baby, which is a nice detail. Also, the rest of Brozone got captured, unfortunate. We then cut to the mini golf course, where the execution of Gristle and Bridget is stopped by Viva last minute, who frees them both. Anyways, back to Mount Ragus and Rage Dome and where Velvet and Rena are and... help me. Velvet and Rena are about to perform at Mount Ragus until they get called out by Poppy and Branch and flee the scene. They then perform on the road, leading to a chase scene where eventually Bridget, Gristle, and Viva show up and help them, with Viva apologizing for how she acted, and then they get thrown into a boat, where they rescue 3 of the brothers, and proceed to learn that harmony isn't about being perfect, and they harmonize and shatter the diamonds and save Floyd from death, and Veneer stands up for himself, with both him and Velvet getting arrested because they committed crimes. Also, Poppy and Branch kiss. The story ends on a happy note, and we then get a singing and dance scene with NSYNC, which is cool. Also, Brozone 2, and Poppy and Viva, and that's how the movie ends. So what did you guys think of this film overall? Well, it's actually better than the first two films, in my opinion, although I found it to be pretty mediocre. But that's just because I couldn't really get into it, though I definitely would recommend giving it a shot. 6 out of 10. Tell me what you think in the comments down below.